This is the table in which which demonstrates how we can find out present value from future value. So, for example, if the present value, that is the value today, is 46.41 and the future value was 161.05, then we can discount it, bring it back by one period to 146.41 using the rate of interest of 10% as follows. Use this formula, 161.05, which is the future value, divided by 1 plus rate to the power of time will give us the present value. Let us see that through a demonstration. So the present value we'll be using is for time t equals 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Now we have already done the progression of present value to future value. So $100 with compound interest will become 110 after 1 year, 121 after 2 years, 133.1 after 4 years, 146.41 after 4 years, and 161.05 after 5 years. Now what we're doing is we're bringing it back from 161.05 to today. And so this is bringing it from 5 to 4. How do you do that? Two ways. Let's use the first principles which we saw in tables. This divided by parenthesis 1 plus dollar or $1, and we'll be putting the rate of interest there in just a minute. Actually, let's make it $S $1. That's the rate of interest to the power of one period. Let's just do it for one period here. We could do it for multiple periods too, and we'll see that in just a minute. So the periodic interest, that'll be right. We haven't put the interest rate. So interest rate is 10%. There we go. So 146.41. The periodic interest is the difference of the amount and the principal. Now we can actually use the PV function in Excel to find that. So PV rate is $S $1. The number of periods is, since we're bringing it back by one period, we'll just say 1. There is no intermediate payment, and the future value is 161.05, and the type is 0. This will, actually we should make it minus T4 to get a positive answer. So 146.41, same thing. So formula used is FV divided by 1 plus R to the power of T. Now let's go to the time T equals 3. So let's go from 4 to 3. So this is 4 to 3. All we do is Control D. And the periodic interest, Control D. PV function, Control D. We just copy the formula down. That's the beauty of Excel. Now, could we do 5 to 3? Sure we can. And let's see that here. So, or we can insert a row here. So let's insert the row here. So two things, 5 to 3. How can we do that? Well, since we know that the future value is 161.05, 161.05, and we should not do it here because the formula that we've created will wobble around. So shift cells up, let's just remove it. This looks good the way it is. Yeah. All right, but we can do 5 to 3 here. So equals PV $S $1. And then 2 periods, comma, no payment, comma, minus 161.05, type 0. We should get 133.1. There we go. So PV function 2 periods. And this is PV function 1 period. Oh, sure. I don't think we need to write the entire thing. Wonderful. And then we will do PV function 3 periods. Right now it's not needed, but next instance we'll need it. So this is going to be 3 to 2, control D, and then control D, 121, control D, the difference of this and this. Use the PV function 121, 2 periods, we go from 146 to 121 like that. Same answer. Now let's do the formula for 3 periods of PV. $S, $1. Number of periods is 3, as it says at the top. The payment 0. The future value is minus 146.41, and the type is 0. Actually 161, so not V4 but T5, so T4 minus T4. Apologies on that. Again 121, and then control R. We'll do this for 4 periods now for the next one. So this is going to be 2 to 1, 2 to 1, control D, control D, control D, $11, control D, again is 110, 110, 110, and let's use the PV function now. PV $S, $1, number of periods will be 4, payment will be 0, minus T4, and 0. Let's just check. So this is minus T4, this is minus T5, this is again minus T4. Yeah, it's just working out perfectly. Now 5 periods. This is the last. So this is 1 to 0, 110 to 100. Interest is $10. Using P function 100, 100, 100, 100, and then use the formula equals PV. Rate is $S, $1. Payment is, sorry, number of periods is 5. Payment is minus T4. And, sorry, not the payment, the future values minus T4. So we'll function F2, go back, and payment is 0, minus T4, and type is 0, close parenthesis, 100. So this is what we've done. That this is essentially 5 to 0, 4 to 0, 3 to 0, 2 to 0, and 1 to 0. This is the 1 period future value taking us to a present value prior period, and this is 2 periods, 3 periods, 4 periods, and 5 periods. That's basically what we've done in this table 5.2 B1. Thank you for listening.